see, are we live on the tubes? I think we are. Bear with me. Hello everyone, good evening, and I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I'm not entirely sure yet. Give me a hello or a one if you can hear me. My machine is a little tad slow right now because I've got too many things running. Essentially, that's what it is. Too many things. Oh God, I gotta close down so many tabs just to make sure that this thing keeps going. I thank you, TYKE. Actually very loud. Everybody always says that. Always says I'm a bit too loud. Oh God, yeah I am. Okay. No. Bear with me, ladies and gentle people, because every time I go onto other people's streams, I have to redo my levels. Oh, okay, that was a lot. Okay, how about now, boys and girls? I think the levels are a little bit better now, huh? You are very, very loud. Oh, Mr. Mossad always complaining about the noise levels. Mr. Mossad, you always complain. You always complain. I'm always a bit too loud, not loud enough. Whatever, man. Whatever. I think I'm good enough now. Hold on. Complaining about the okay. Okay, things are okay for now. Let us move along, guys. Hit that like if you actually like, because that really does help us out. That does help a lot. Let's just plan to make fire. I'm actually, thank God for Babylon B. Okay, tonight, boys and girls, we are talking about, well, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. One was Los Angeles essentially burning down, so that's the headlines. Los Angeles is burning down, burning down, burning down. Los Angeles is burning down, my fair lady. So yeah, Los Angeles is on fire. So that's awesome. And not only that, we're on HAFEZ Reflects this evening. So we're on good behaviors, boys and girls. No swearing, no outrageous expressions of rage and discomfort. This is a family-friendly channel. We're going to keep it as much as we can a family-friendly channel. Now, I may at some point switch over to the other one, the BS channel, if we're gonna do a panel. But right now, I'm just gonna report it as it is. I'm just gonna call it as it is. And Hassan, yes, I had to take away your. Actually, no, you don't have admin on this site, because I don't want any of you guys, beating each other up on this site in the chat. So just keep it chilled. I don't wanna suspend you. Roasted American nuts over an open flame and long walks similar to Vogue is trending. Interesting. Thank you, Mr. Hassan Yalmez. Good to see you, brother. It's been a while, and I smashed the dislike. I thank you for hitting that dislike button. Weird thing is, I actually don't have the dislike plugin activated on this one. I just noticed. I got to do that. Okay, boys and girls, let us begin. Let us begin with what are we doing? What are we doing here? Let's start sharing and caring. Now, I don't think to share audio. screen instead. Oh, I see. We can't do windows. We have to do tabs. Oh, God. So annoying. So annoying. Okay. Let's do this thing. Is that one better? Or is this one better? I think this one's the one. No. I'm going to go with that one. And yes, this is the Babylon Bee. I don't know if you guys know about the Babylon Bee. Babylon Bee is kind of like taking over as the Onion used to do these sort of articles, but now Babylon Bee is. I actually saw one with the title, "The mainstream media is trying to blame somebody." They're trying to navigate their way to blame white men for the Los Angeles fires, but simultaneously not blame Gavin Newsom. But Gavin Newsom has solved the problem of the Los Angeles fires. He's announced to make fire illegal. So that should solve it. If fire is no longer legal, no one should be able to light it. Obama and Trump separated at Carter funeral for disruptive behavior. Let me see. Did I see? There it is. Newsom assures wildfire victims he is diverting millions of dollars to emergency DEI initiatives. There was another one on Twitter. I think I saw it. Bill Nye's medal revoked after old hate speech comes to light. Gender is determined by your chromosomes. Excellent. I do love it. Trudeau to be humanely euthanized. Yes, because he passed the euthanization bill. He passed the euthanization bill in United States. I was going to say they're going to be the 51st state, apparently. It's going to be no longer, what's it called? It's no longer Canada, but the state of Canada, the 51st state of the United States. So Canada is going to be taken in. As we all know, what's this? Awkward mourners at Jimmy Carter's funeral place flowers on Biden. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. 1 foot in the grave or what? Okay, and destroyed. There we go. This is the headline. Los Angeles has never seen this level of destruction. Everything is burned down. And let me see if we can just play this without the sound. There's the fire. The Palisades fire has burnt more than 19,000 acres. Holy crap! Do you know this drive-by or this flyby shot almost looks like Syria? I swear. I'm going to find Syrian. Let's find a Syrian video of Aleppo and see if we can see any resemblance here. Let's go back to 100. Let me. I swear. This is. I've seen images of this. Hold on.
Now we start.
No, can't use this one. It's the Beebs. Beebs are assholes. Asian city of Aleppo before and after. There we go. This might be okay. Although, still, it's a... Okay, let's play that for a bit while this one loads. God, everything's so slow today. I think it's the StreamYard. Whoa. Let's kill the sound. Okay, this is Los Angeles, folks. This is not Syria. This is not Afghanistan. This is not Iraq. This is not Baghdad. This is Los Angeles, the home of the angels. So just remember that when I play this. This is not Los Angeles. This is Aleppo. Yeah. This is not Los Angeles. But can you tell them apart? Because I can't. Can you tell apart between Los Angeles video of Los Angeles and a video of Aleppo? Holy moly. Holy crap. Look at this. This is Los Angeles. This is United States of America, the greatest superpower the world has ever known. And this is Aleppo, Syria, war-torn Islamic shithole, soon to be a theocratic Islamic shithole instead of a dictatorial what's it called? Yeah, a secular dictatorship. It's going to be an Islamic dictatorship and still a shithole. But yeah, that's what's happening, man. What's going on? I swear to God, at one point I thought this is it. This is the rapture or the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse upon us. When you see shit like this, you start to think to yourself, is this the 4 horsemen? Is this it? Are we there now? Are we at the 4 horsemen moment? Now, there are people who claim on the tweets, that this is all, what's it called? Sorry. This is all, let me, there's another topic I want to cover semi-quickly. For me, this is the utter destruction of the left, which continues, which we are still witnessing. Sorry, guys. Can you guys all see me? See this? Yeah, you guys can see this. Yeah, I feel this is still, we're still on the march to the utter destruction of the left, and I'll explain to you why I think the left is still on the path to total devastation in relation to Trump's inauguration. And this is why.
Hey everyone, I want to talk about something.
Now, I still believe this man is an alien, probably from the lizard people, who is residing on this planet in order to meet our final doom, for which they will then eat us. We are simply being prepared as hors d'oeuvres for these people. That's my take. But nevertheless, he's considered a human being with other people, and the CEO of Meta.
Something important today, because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram.
I swear to God, at any moment, I just expect his eyelids to come from side to side and just come in. Oh, dear God, I'm not even sharing this, am I? Oh, so disappointing. Okay, let's start this again. I swear, this man, I just expect his eyes to just shut like this, and for his tongue to grab a fly that's flying past.
I want to talk about something important today, because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Is it, Mr. Zuck? Is it after you forced, you shut down all talk about the Hunter laptop, all about the jib jab and the pangolin and the bat, who apparently had some kind of menage a trois with an anteater and a pangolin? I don't know. Is that it? Is that now? Now it's time to go back to your roots. Why? Because you've been a cuckold for the American government and also the European Union. Well, that was just, it's just done now, right? You absolute shill. I mean, who believes this? Sorry, guys, let me bring up a chat because I can't actually see the chat right now. I don't know what you guys are saying in regards to all this. But as far as I'm concerned, Meta can go kiss the very darkest part of my chocolate starfish. That's all I've got to say in regards to the Meta. You can eat my... How do I put it? Bottom, sir. Bottom. That's right. You can eat it and eat it with a spoon for all I give a crap about your platforms. I hope they burn your shit down. I hope that you go bankrupt and the entire bollocks of your Facebook, Instagram. I mean, I do like WhatsApp, but we've got Signal. So if people don't have WhatsApp, we can always move to Signal. And besides, somebody's going to buy WhatsApp. Hopefully Elon Musk will buy WhatsApp and then burn down Instagram and Facebook.
I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free...
You lying sack of dog. Keep calm. Keep calm.
...expression. And I still believe this today.
Kiss
but a
my
lot has
ass.
happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation.
You don't give a crap about any of those things. You don't give a crap about any of those things, you sack of lying turd.
These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So
It's all about the bottom line, and now you see the winds of change. That's all it is. You've seen how Elon Musk managed to actually run a more or less free speech. I mean, as I said, there's never free. It's just free-ish. And it's freer than your sacks of crap platforms. And besides, what person born, past 1962 uses Facebook anymore? Facebook is literally boomer book. My mother uses Facebook. I wouldn't be caught dead on your shitty platform. I am on Instagram though, but it's my banksy account is private and the other account is selective people. I'm not advertising it to everyone. You may or may not find me on Instagram. But you do find me where you can find me, ladies and gentlemen, is on Rumble. Yes, that's right. HAFEZ Reflects. Unfortunately, Rumble is a little bit difficult to change the names on Rumble. So when you're on Rumble, you just, whatever name you picked, you're stuck with that a little bit. So I would just ask everyone just to go and type HAFEZ Reflects. Actually, do I have it in the thingy, in the bio here? I think I do. Yes, it is. It's in the bio. It's in the description. Go to the description, ladies and gentlemen. Go to the description. Put it in. Find out what's happening, what's going down, what's crack-a-lacking. Now, I will say my car rants, I just want to actually make this announcement. My car rants will be exclusively on Rumble. I will no longer keep them on the tweets. The YouTubes, because unfortunately YouTube is extremely censorious. So if you want the car rants, they are there. And I think I will basically any off-color and extremely profanity-filled streams are going to be on HAFEZ Reflects on Rumble. So if you want to watch them on a rerun and you don't see them on Facebook, YouTube, then they are on Rumble. That's where they will be from now on. HAFEZ Reflects. I have a massive audience of 14 people. So guys, could you get me to 20? Just get me to 20. That's all I'm asking. Not really asking that much. Just like 5-6 of you join and we're there. Years of kosher inbreeding. Okay. Immediately I go to the chat and I see years of kosher inbreeding. Thank you so much. I have some extra background about Zuckerberg. Zuck's change. Oh, okay. By all means, feel free to let us know, Mr. Mossad. I don't think I'm going to do a panel on this one. Maybe a panel of one or two people, but that's it. I don't want a mayhem. I don't want swearing and screaming and screeching on this one. But anyway, let us continue and see if we can finish off this Zucker piece of dog turd's speech.
Built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms.
You lying biatch. Nobody believes you and nobody cares. You lizard fly-eating alien.
More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X.
Oh, really? This is amazing. You're just going to basically copy Musk. That's your entire model. Your business model is find out what Elon Musk is doing, and then we'll just do that.
Starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good...
You are a threat to democracy. You and the shills that you shill for.
...faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our...
This guy just simply sits around, waits for Elon Musk to do something, and then just copies that. I mean, Elon bought Twitter. He created Threads. Nobody went on Threads. Nobody gives a crap about Threads because I've got Twitter. Why would I care about Threads? So Threads is essentially a black hole that he's just sinking money into. And then they decided, well, the winds have changed. Trump got elected by overwhelming support from the American people. Clearly, people hate you. People hate you and your lefty, wokey friggin' message. Nobody likes woke. In fact, I have something for woke. This is what I have for the woke. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Let's go.
You know what woke means? It means you're a loser.
That's right. Oh, by the way, guys and girls, in case you didn't know.
Hello, guys. This is Donald. Yes, I am your 47th president. I just can't stop winning, and here is another winner, HAFEZ. I want you guys to subscribe to this brilliant Guys channel right now. He is a fantastic guy, very hardworking, and a great friend, a true friend, really a tremendous...
Yes, we are endorsed by the Donald himself. Although we do have other endorsements, you know, we don't try to encourage losers on this channel, but you know, she decided to send in an endorsement, and we accept it graciously. We are gracious in victory as well, which is a good thing to be.
Hello, this is Kamala. I know I lost to that guy, but I still would love you to subscribe to the Banksy Style live channel. I am ready to get my case of baby oil and head down to my P. Diddy freak off. See you later, bitches.
All right, let's finish off.
Content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content.
Screw you. Nobody believes you. And in fact, my recommendation, stop using Facebook and either reduce or completely come off Instagram. Admittedly, I do use Instagram, but not in a serious way. And WhatsApp. I do use WhatsApp a lot. And I hate you. I hate anyone who uses WhatsApp and hasn't gone to Signal. Go to Signal and let me join you in Signal, because I hate WhatsApp. I really do. But here we are. So yeah, Zuckerberg is crapping his little panties, because everybody knows if you're woke and if you're on the left,
you're finished. You're finished. You're finished. You're finished. Wallahi, you're finished. Wallahi, you're finished.
That's right. That's right. If you're woke these days, boys and girls, you are finished. It's done. It's out of here. It's over with. So yeah, wrap it up, wokies. It's time to it's time for the conservatives to take over this bad shit. Okay, that's it. That's my news reportings from Los Angeles. Places burning down to the ground. I did. Oh, actually, hold on. Okay, let me see if I can find some of my tweets that I retweeted earlier on, or yeah, just generally saved for this kind of shit.
Or you couldn't carry my.
This is why your Los Angeles is burning down. This is one of what we call the DEI hires in Los Angeles. This lady happens to be a firefighter and a lesbian, although I don't think the lesbian part matters so much. But the fact is, she's a DEI hire.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more.
Who actually calls an emergency services and then expects the person that arrives looks like them? Do you think I expect Iranians to answer my emergency calls? Is that what these people actually think? What kind of moronic? What has happened? What has happened? I don't understand. Like, can someone tell me how idiotic and moronic do you have to be to think? Sorry, I'm just looking for the right. Let me look at the camera here. What idiot calls 911, says my father is having a heart attack. Could you please send an Iranian to resuscitate him, because I want people that look like me to arrive? What the F? This is idiotic now. This isn't even funny anymore. This is just sad that you actually think that when you call, my house is burning down, could you only send Mexicans? What kind of more? These people think that people give a shit about the fact that the emergency, the person who answers their emergency call and arrives has to be black or white. I couldn't give a crap. You could send down Zuckerberg and all these lizard people as long as they can put the fire out. They can put the fire out with their tongue. I don't care. My shit is on fire.
Or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. What? You can't. You're unable to carry the person's husband out of a fire, but your response is, "Well, he shouldn't have been in there." Tough. Is that it? That's the general response from your fire department. I'm sorry, we're DEI now, and if your husband is in an awkward place and has to be carried out, or just had smoke inhalation and he fainted in the wrong bit, this chubby lesbian firefighter isn't going to be able to carry him out. He's just going to have to die. God selected him for death. He was meant to go. Fuck me. I can't swear. I'm trying not to swear. F me. F me. It's your fault if you are passed out in a wrong location that this chubby lesbian woman can't carry you out. Not the fact that they didn't hire a big, strong, burly man who should be able to drag your chubby ass out of the flames. No, no, no. It's because this waddly, plump figure of a woman can't carry you out. It's your fault. It's your fault if she can't carry you out. God damn. This is seriously messed up. There we go. LAF Fire Department Assistant Chief Christine Larson. Am I able to carry your husband out of the fire? He got himself in the wrong place. Dear Lord. Dear Lord Almighty. Lord Almighty. Okay, let me see. I've shared some stuff. By the way, this is my Twitter. Anybody who likes to see my tweets, go to Banksy Style UK at Banksy Style UK, and you can then see the twats that I send out. There you go, at Banksy Style UK. I hope you guys can see that a little bit better. Now, what did I retweet? I tweeted something. Oh yeah, this is actually, obviously this is about Iran, but that's why wasn't it? It's about the fires. No, not that. That was something else. Oh, is this the Babylon B one that let me see. There was something on Babylon B that I wanted to check out. Those two stories back to back, oh yeah. No. There was another tweet that I favorited it, and I didn't. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta check my tweets. It's kind of dangerous scrolling through tweets like this because you just never know what might pop up. Things. Look at this. Firefighters are having
multiple. The firefighters are reportedly working multiple days with no rest, and
they're using women's handbags to put fire
to put out the fires.
What the
fire hydrants do not work. Newsom still refuses to release the water from the mountain reservoirs. They're just diverting it out to the ocean as usual. Or the smelt minnow that is even from California and is invasive. You can't make that up. I've been talking about that.
They are using handbags. What is going? They can't afford buckets. Why are they not able to afford buckets? I don't know. I don't even know the situation there. Oh, this is the mayor.
Community activist. Let me introduce you to Karen Bass. Back in the 1970s, community activist Karen Bass went on at least 15 trips to Cuba, many with a group known as the Venceremos Brigade, a Marxist group started by the Castro regime to subvert American interests, weaken democracy.
I believe Karen Bass, or whatever, she's the mayor of Los Angeles, and this is the one. It says, let me zoom in on this one because this is the one I retweeted. It was Elon Musk. It says CNN trying to find a way to blame the LA fires on white men, but not Gavin Newsom. Oh, I gotta love this. You can't make this crap up. You just can't make it up, baby. You just can't. Oh yeah, this is about Islam. That's for another show, I think. Let me see. Which one was it? There was one where I'm sure. I can't find it. It was a great little video of Zuckerberg copying Elon Musk. I can't find it now. Oh yeah. By the way, this is actually an original clip of Mr. Bean and another guy in like an exam, and Mr. Bean realizes he doesn't know any of the answers to the questions on the paper. The reface is brilliantly done. Yes. Oh yeah, this is the chief.
Time out of her already busy schedule to
I'm super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy schedule to tell us about her vision for the department's future, one that includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? I say, I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Out of 3,300 city firefighters, only 115 are women right now.
Incredible. Literally, mountains are on fire. And they're worried about how much diversity there should be in the Los Angeles Fire Department. And apparently there are no numbers because it's never enough. Clearly.
She's already looking at ways to change that. She's quick to point out that doing so has a greater purpose, attracting the best and brightest for the job.
They feel included, they feel valued, and they feel part of a cohesive team.
Do they feel that they can actually put fires out? Is that something they can feel? Do the people whose family, that's been passed down, houses that have been passed down from, parents to child throughout the years, do they feel that this is a good thing? Those who've had their houses burned to a crisp.
The chief also checks another box when it comes to inclusivity and diversity at this department. She's a proud member of the LGBTQ community.
That just kind of opens the door of people that thought, wow, I didn't even know that was an opportunity for me.
What? A white woman? An opportunity for a white woman? Because there's always opportunities for white women everywhere. The world has been set up for them, pretty much. Okay, this is all going into the grooming things, I guess. Yeah, this is all grooming now. Unfortunately, Tristan and Andrew Tate's grandmother died recently. They were not allowed to go to America to actually see her for the last time before she passed on. So this is an old clip from Fresh
A life
and
without
Fit.
children is vapious, and it's inane, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you at a whim and don't give a second, don't give a solitary shit.
So
and when you're 52 and you're past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself, and all your friends have grandchildren in this beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself, do you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy? I was at my grandmother's 93rd birthday. I looked there. My grandmother had 9 children because there was my father and 8 more. They all had a bunch of kids, blah, blah, blah. I stood there and I looked at my 93-year-old grandmother, and there was a whole room full with maybe 70 people that came from that one woman. Isn't that remarkable? Yeah. That nobody cared about her career. Nobody asked what job she did. Nobody asked how many times she went to the club. Nobody asked if she had time to go to festivals. No, you had 70 sentient beings, including myself, full of life from one woman who dedicated herself to being a mother and a good wife. That is beautiful. And if you sit here and genuinely think that you're going to work your ass off through your fertile years, and by the age of 54, you're not going to be suicidal alone with a cat, then you're dumb. You are dumb.
Right, I'm not.
Preach, brother. Preach it hard. But that's more of a red pill kind of a conversation. That's again a whole other bag of tricks. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm going through my my whole Twitter thing here. This is just like, is there anything related to Los Angeles? Not really. Everything else is about the groomers and about more grooming and Tommy and grooming and Tommy, because there's a lot of that on my feed at the moment. Just a shitload of stuff about groomers and Tommy. The fire department thing, we've already had it. Zuckerberg, he's an idiot. Here's from Farah, British Pakistani, who shares how her mother. Yeah. I actually wrote to this one. I'm not sure whether it's not really part of the conversation I want to have tonight, because it's just going to go right down. I've got so much stuff on groomers, these grooming gangs and stuff. It's just, that thing could dominate the entire night's conversation. I want to stay with Los Angeles. And these idiots. I did actually reply to a text message where the person was talking about climate change, and I said maybe you should worry less about climate change and worry more about the fact that you are electing incompetent Democrats who are just simply not doing their job and letting your entire city burn to the ground. Maybe that might be an alternative thing that you could think about. Now, this, I want to just play it because it's 1 minute, 26 seconds, and I think, I'm not going to say anything. You guys go and investigate this.
Well, I don't know why Fauci's still walking around.
How is that guy still walking around?
I don't get it.
If just people understand the history of the AIDS crisis and what that guy did back then.
Did you read that book?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read the book. I listened to it.
Yeah, I did too.
I drove up to San Francisco and I listened to it and I had road rage.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, whoa, how is he still there?
First of all, people that don't believe it, how come RFK Jr. didn't get sued?
Yeah.
How come there's no lawsuits?
Mm-hmm.
If there was lies, there would be lawsuits.
No, but that's right.
He would be publicly humiliated.
They are talking, in context, for those of you who may not know what this is, they are talking about the book RFK Jr. has written called The Real Anthony Fauci. It is available on Amazon, Amazon Audible. I will be looking into trying to get that audio and somehow get it onto the net in Rumble, perhaps, if I can, just so that others can listen to it as well. But I'll probably have to, I'll take out a subscription for Audible for a short amount of time, and then and just get that done. So I'm trying to get this book, because this book is not available for any free level anyway. It's available, you can buy it from Amazon, but it's not available for free, which is a lot of Audible books are.
Instead, they kept that book off bestseller lists. That book sold millions of copies.
I know.
They hid it. That's when you find out that bestseller lists are actually curated. It's not really bestseller.
Yeah, it's censored. It's all censored.
Yeah.
Everything's censored,
But that book is an accurate depiction of what Anthony Fauci did during the AIDS crisis, which probably was an AZT crisis.
Yeah, and
more
now
than it was an AIDS crisis.
I mean, it's fairly incontrovertible now that he was fooling with gain of function.
100%.
And it's why is he still around?
Right.
Or at least free.
Right.
Yeah. So there's that. Unfortunately, this is where the wokies, I guess, the wokies still will probably tell you, you should be wearing a mask. I don't want to even get into it. I don't want to because you can't actually talk. You can't actually still really talk about it on this platform, on the tubes. That's how messed up this is. You can't actually even talk about it on the tubes properly, because it's still censored. It's still conversations about that 2020 event where the pangolin, a couple of bats, maybe a squirrel and a gerbil had a little orgy, a little freak off, P. Diddy style freak off. They say it was a wet market. It probably was really a baby oil market. But yeah, they did that, and apparently, that's where we all got infected. But don't take my word for it. Consult your doctor. But I will tell you this: if you're woke,
you know what woke means? It means you're a loser.
That's what it does. And they're losing hard. They've been losing hard for a while, people. Okay. Do I have anything else? I can't really see. New pinned from Elon Musk. The We Love Elon Musk group. I'm actually part of that group. The problem is posting stuff from Twitter is kind of dangerous. Because Twitter is obviously less censored than the other places. Okay, what do we got? We're at 8 o'clock. Done an hour. We're good. Mr. Mossad, do you want to come on the panel and tell me about what you want to tell me about Zuckerberg? Because I'm the only. If you want to come on, I'll let you on. Do your thing, and then we're ending the show. Because I'm not having a screaming match on this particular panel. But if you want to come on, I'm happy for you to come on. Oh, by the way, guys, always remember, we have a new intro for HAFEZ. It's a novel intro. I don't know if anyone else is using it. I'm not entirely sure if anyone else is using that particular intro. If you guys know if you've seen that intro anywhere else, let me know for copyright reasons. But I gather no one in this chat would have seen that intro anywhere else. You probably recognize this one. I mean, this one is fairly obvious. Most people would know what that is because that's Netflix. But I'm not sure where this one comes from. I'm not entirely sure. I saw it. I found it quite novel. I thought it was pretty cute. So I decided to add it as a little HAFEZ intro. Just let me know. Let me know if you guys know if you've seen it anywhere else. And if you have, then I may have to remove it or make sure it's not copyright protected. Back to watching Israeli soldiers scream mummy as the... Oh my God. Let's just go to battle cry as bagels toast on open top tanks. Well, Hassan, can you honestly tell me that the IDF are not crushing it right now? I mean, if anything, the Israeli government has systematically, absolutely destroyed their enemies to the extent in which now they're begging them to come to the negotiating table. You do know Hamas is now begging to come to the negotiating table, and Hezbollah is pretty much non-existent. Syria is just a war zone now. It's just gone. Iran is next. Let's be honest, by the end of this year, I'm praying, please, Allah, please, I'm begging you, Allah, inshallah, we will have Iran destroyed by its for the mullahs to be gone. Please, let's hear his mummy battle cry. But yeah, inshallah, the mullahs of Iran will be crushed and destroyed by the end of the year, and Iran will be hopefully somewhat of a democratic nation. Who knows? At least a secular dictatorship. I'll take that at the moment. Charlie Veach looks nervous in Manchester. Does he? Does he though? I don't think so. I don't think. You see, this is the problem, Hassan. These pro-Palestinian marchers, they seem to be quite big and brave in the streets of London and in the streets of Manchester and Paris. Actually, no, they don't even march in Paris anymore because they get the hoses turned on them. You know that in Germany and in France, they've banned them from the streets. So, yeah, these guys are not that big and brave when people actually clamp down on them. Just because the British government is more worried about Islamophobia than they are about grooming gangs, we get this particular situation in England where they can go around, screaming "Yalla Yalla" from the river to my underpants. But they don't do it. They don't do it in Gaza. They're not doing it in Lebanon. They're certainly not doing it in Saudi Arabia. Hell, not even in Iran. Do you know in Iran they don't give a crap about the Palestinians? Let me see if I can find the Iranians. Oh, Mr. Mossad, the link is in. If you want to jump on, you're the only one that gets to jump on. I'm not letting anyone else on. Hold on, let me see if I can find that clip of Iranians talking about the Palestinian flag. Aha, Mr. Mossad. Hello, Mr. Mossad. How are you, sir?
Hey, can you hear me okay, or am I too quiet?
Well, you're speaking quite low, but I can hear you.
Because I don't want to disturb. I'm not in a location. I'll turn myself up.
Oh, I see. You're in an exotic location. Are you holding a sniper position? Is that what it is?
Yes, exactly.
Are you locating a Hamas or a Hezbollah person at the moment? Are they in your sight?
I cannot disclose the information.
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
I can tell you that we're working on fulfilling your wishes, though.
I know.
We are working on this.
I'm sure. This is, by the way,
support for Israel in Iran is growing.
Look, this is the Iranians at a football match. Now, it's in Iranian, but you can actually see the writing. Iranian football supporters sang, shove that Palestinian flag up your ass as chants rang out at Iran's national stadium, criticizing the government's role in promoting violence. This is the Iranians in Iran, not in England, not in Manchester or Paris, no, in Iran. This is bravery, Hassan, by the way, because these people could literally go to prison and get executed. Palestino بکن تو کونت. Yes, they're saying پرچم فلسطینو, take the Palestinian flag and stick it in your ass, stick it in your ass. This is what the Iranians think of the Palestinians. And believe it or not, the Arabs are not a million miles away from that either. The Saudis, the Emiratis, they're not actually a million miles away from that thought as well, because they don't particularly like the whole Palestinian nonsense. But yeah, Mr. Mossad, sorry, you said that you want to tell us something about Zuckerberg.
Yeah, it's not sensational or anything, but I think what's happened to him is over the last few years, he must be reading or listening to some stuff, because he seems to be changing his mind a bit. In 2018 or 19, he joined an Israeli Facebook group. Mm-hmm. And in different conversations, he said that all his life he's been an atheist, but he's kind of realizing that religion is actually very important.
Oh, he's reconnecting with his Jewish religion.
No, I don't know if we're Jewish exactly, but religion in general, he said, he feels is very important.
Interesting.
And I think the 7th of October here also hit him hard. I think a lot of American Jews have been woken up.
Oh yeah.
Out of the wokeness.
they've come out of the woke virus, mind virus.
Yes, I think for him it's a process where he was really kind of a lefty liberal, but I think he's becoming more and more conservative with age as well. But also what's happening, and I think it's a general trend that's happening because the left has gone too crazy for most people. I speak to just normies, and a lot of them admit it, you know.
So is that it then?
I think it's genuine. I think it's genuine. Yeah.
Well,
that's the information I have. I did say it's nothing sensational or anything, but I think he's actually he's what he thinks.
It's sincere.
But also, I think so. I mean.
Well, I've noticed. I don't know if you
know him. I never liked him. Don't think that I'm trying to defend you. I really didn't.
Oh no. I know what you mean. One thing I will say though, there was
he kicked me off his site.
There's a girl I follow, a Jewish girl on TikTok called Jess. A lovely girl, like 20 something, and she obviously does a lot of reports about the latest things, debunking some of the mainstream media and other TikTokers' lies, Muslim, because TikTok is massive with the pro-Palestinians. It's just flooded with them. So she counters a lot of that narrative, a lot of the lies that they say, propaganda. And she said herself, ever since October 7th and the fact that she reports on the truth of what is happening in Gaza and in Israel, she has she's never been closer to her religion and ethnicity as a Jew than ever before. She has become so much more, she's embraced her Judaism so much more than ever before. She was never really that sort of into it. People kind of are like cultural Jews or cultural Christians, how they are in Britain and stuff. But she said, yeah, it's made me so much more like appreciate my culture and my people than I'd ever done in the past. Yeah, so that's quite interesting.
Definitely a feeling of togetherness here, right? Which I don't think you have in England.
Well,
I think it's also the nature of the people. The English are more individualistic, which is great, but has its
drawbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this whole October 7th thing has changed. I mean, for me, this is the weird thing. In the last, certainly in the last year, because I've been out in the streets covering these protests, I found myself doing patriotic, like English patriotic stuff that I had never done in my life. For example, I'd never been to a single, and I've lived in London over 20 years now. I never went to the Remembrance Day in central London. Never once I went. I used to watch it on TV, like passing, but I never actually went to the Cenotaph and what do you call it, 10 Downing Street and stuff, because it was just not, that wasn't that big a thing for me. But in the last year, I covered that. Admittedly, it's kind of helpful having this YouTube channel thing because it pushes you out into events because you just like, okay, at least I get content for the channel. So that's kind of like an excuse in the back of your head. Well, I need the content, so I'll just go to this thing. But actually gets you out and about. I went to the Cenotaph. I went to, the Remembrance Day and had all of that. And it changes your perspective of Britain. It actually does make you more patriotic. It makes you care, like you remember what it took for this country to be where it is and the life that we have. How many people actually died, the sacrifices people made. It does.
Yeah, it's very sad that people are being taught in a way to hate the countries where they shouldn't generally.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, that was the other aspect of my existence is in Britain, is I'm kind of a foreigner here. I am citizen, but I'm still an Iranian. I'm not a British. So things like this Remembrance Day and Poppy and all of that, I always saw them as English things. These are the things that the English, the natives do. I don't participate in the thing. This is their thing. It's not my thing. But it actually, it changed me. It made me feel lot more connected with this country than ever before, especially in the last year or so, and I think that's how the Jews, I imagine a lot of the liberal sort of cultural Jews were before October 7th, and now they are much more connected, or at least a lot of them who are involved, so much more connected with their Jewish heritage and their Jewish background, because they saw that the world doesn't actually care about them.
A lot of people.
Sorry?
And it definitely shook a lot of people.
Yeah, the liberals. It
didn't make sense to them, right?
Because I think the other thing it highlighted is that as much as people talk about, anti-Semitism is terrible and we should embrace the Jewish communities, they don't. Not when the shit hit the fan, you saw people for who they are. You saw your neighbors for what they are.
I believe that October 7th was the end of the woke. That was the tipping point, not Twitter and X and all that stuff. I think that is because it exposed exactly what's going on in the universities. It was suddenly visible. It was on major networks, and you see these deranged women are suddenly running the top universities in the world. And Americans thought, what the hell is going on? Why do they hate our country? Why do they hate Israel? What's going on?
Yes.
And when I say, why do they hate America? They seem to hate America too. They seem to be in a war with the Constitution, with the idea of America itself.
When it comes to America, that's an easier question actually for me, I think, to answer, because the woke has always been very insistent. This is a colonial country. It was founded on colonialism and death and destruction. They came and they took it, and that's how America's history is. It's bathed in blood, That's been an ongoing theme for a long time in America amongst the leftists,
Yes,
and the communist types.
but the mainstream, the normies woke up to it after 7th of October. Suddenly it was visible. I think somehow Israel is a catalyst for a lot of world events.
Well, maybe that's why a lot of people think that this is why Israel is important, because they seem to be at the center or the epicenter of a lot of things that emerge. I mean, I can honestly say if the Iranian regime falls in the next year or two, which, believe it or not, I'm praying, I can't wait. But if it does, it will be because of Israel. I wouldn't question it. It's like without question. Israel planned and executed this downfall of these mullahs, which again, I'm more than happy to. Don't get me wrong. I would have preferred, my preferred method would be if the Iranians themselves rise up in mass and take their country. That is the better method, because we've seen the examples of Iraq and Libya and Syria even, and it's not a good thing. Civil war and taking a country from these people through a war sort of process is always going to leave that country devastated for years to come. But unfortunately, 45 years
we don't want wars at all, you know.
Yeah.
So much as, for example, you know, I saw a clip that for some reason Trump put out that Bibi Netanyahu is a warmonger and so on. And actually, he's been holding back because there's been enormous pressure here for an attack in Lebanon. Even the left wanted Bibi to attack, and they call him a coward. And the minister he fired was pushing for an attack in Lebanon, and he wouldn't do it. So he fired that minister for other reasons. But he wouldn't listen to him. Okay, so it's a lot more complicated, and we have an internal war here between the left and the right. It's very similar to what's going on in America. And I believe the Democrats are funding the left here.
Well, I mean, the Democrats in America are funding the left in Europe or in Britain.
In Israel.
Oh, in Israel. Oh, yeah, because I did see a protest against Netanyahu fairly recently.
It's constant. They really, really hate him. It's really like the Trump derangement syndrome. It's exactly the same. It's not logical. I mean, because I said to them, yeah, there's lots of valid criticisms about him, but they just go on, oh no, he's worse than the Nazis, and it's like, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we do have people. I think the other day I saw a video, because on Monday this week there was a Palestinian protest again in 10 Downing Street. Excuse me. Jeremy Corbyn, I think you might know Jeremy Corbyn. He was leader of the Labour Party, very lefty individual. He, in fact, went to a Hamas terrorist's funeral decades ago.
It was not Hamas. It was, I know what you mean.
Was it PLO?
Munich. Yeah, it's not exactly, but related. Munich massacre. You know, the Munich Olympics.
Yeah. It was one of them, one of those terrorists.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. But either way, yeah, he went, you know, he's very, very left. Anyway, he was at this event. There was a bunch of counter-protesters, which I know them, actually, this Iranian guy and a bunch of other guys. And then there was this guy who was trying to disrupt the counter-protesters. So he came amongst them and was screaming, "You Holocaust deniers, you Holocaust deniers," claiming that essentially what Israel is now doing is a Holocaust against the Palestinians, against the people of Gaza. So it's like, you're Holocaust deniers. He was telling the Jews they're Holocaust deniers in a counter sort of situation. So yeah, that was
Jeremy Corbyn or his crowd?
Well, his crowd. It was the part of that crowd. Right. It was one of the funny thing is, he was a typical working class looking Englishman. He wasn't some Arab. He wasn't some foreigner. It was actually, you see, this is the problem we have in this country, and this is what makes me a little bit like disheartened and blackpilled in Britain, is when I go to these Palestinian protests, it's not like I see seas of just Arabs and Algerians and Moroccans, although there's plenty of them. I see a lot of middle class white English people, and I'm like, you idiots, you have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea who you're supporting.
I told you, Israel is the moral compass of the world. These people hate their own people. That's why they are protesting against Israel.
I don't know, but it's
absolutely 100%. No exception exists. I promise you. Dig deep enough, you'll find that have a conversation, have an argument with one of those, and eventually you'll hear him say something that tells you they hate their own people. They have a disdain for their own country, for their own culture.
Yes, it does seem like some kind of madness, because it's like, dude, the people you're supporting would happily destroy your own nation and actually then blame you for it because you were colonialists. The people you're supporting are Moroccans, Algerians, North Africans for the most part, but also sub-Saharan Africans from countries which are quote-unquote part of the Commonwealth. Every country that is part of the Commonwealth is a former British colony, and they don't have a lot of love for the British because they remember that they came and they got their asses handed to them. I mean, I've even got a video that I created. I don't know if you've seen. Have you ever seen or did I ever read the letter of the exchange of letters between Omar bin Khattab and Yazgad III of the Shah of Iran? Did you ever see that? Did you ever hear that?
No.
I actually created a video because I converted the letter into audio through.
But you know what they've done in the Arab world as well, in many of these colonies, is any problem, they would say it's because of the colonizers.
Yeah.
So any failure of their own government, which there are plenty, they would just blame on the British or the Jews or the Americans or whatever.
Yeah.
So these people have built up anger where only a small part of it is actually justified.
Here, this is the video. It's only 6 minutes, so it's not actually too bad. We should be able to hear it and see it reasonably well.
Introduction.
Can
the
you hear
original copy of this historical
response
letter from King of Persia, Yazgad III.
Sorry, what happened?
Throughout, I hear an echo of myself.
No, it's me sharing my mic. Let me mute up. Let's see if it helps.
This historical response letter from King of Persia, Yazgad III, 632 to 651 CE, to the Arab Caliph of Muslims, Omar ibn al-Khattab, is in the British Museum, placed in a secure storage area and currently unavailable to public view due to political correctness, and also to avoid damaging the relations between the West and OPEC nations. These policies might change in a very near future as the world heads towards the new era of renewable alternative energy sources, and also with the current rise of the far-right political parties in the West, as well as people's awareness and concern about a major Islamic threat within their own borders. Unless we learn from history, we are destined to repeat it. The date in which this letter has been written is after the Battle of Qadisiyeh, Al-Qadisiyah, 16th to 19th November 636 CE. The ultimatum of the Arab Caliph to King of Persia, from Omar ibn al-Khattab, Khalifat al-Muslimin, Caliph of Muslims, to Yazgad III, Shah of the Fars, Emperor of Persia. Bismillah, ar-Rahman, ar-Rahim. I do not foresee a good future for you and your nation, save your acceptance of my terms and your submission to me. There was a time when your country ruled half the world, but now see how your sun has set. On all fronts your armies have been defeated, and your nation is condemned to extinction. I point out to you the path whereby you might escape this fate, namely, that you begin worshipping the one God, the unique deity, the only God who created all that is. I bring you his message. Order your nation to cease the false worship of fire and to join us, that they may join the truth. Worship Allah, the creator of the world. Worship Allah and accept Islam as the path of salvation. End now your polytheistic ways and become Muslims, that you may accept Allahu Akbar as your savior. This is the only way of securing your own survival and the peace of your Persians. You will do this if you know what is good for you and for your Persians. Submission is your only option. Allahu Akbar Khalifat al-Muslimin, Omar ibn al-Khattab. The historical response of King Yazgurd III to the Arabs from King of Kings, King of Persia and beyond, Shah of many kingdoms, Shahanshah of Persian Empire, Yazgurd III, Sassanid II, Omar ibn al-Khattab, the Arab Caliph. In your letter, you summon us Persians to your God, whom you call Allahu Akbar. And because of your barbarity and ignorance, without knowing who we are and whom we worship, you demand that we seek out your God and become worshippers of Allahu Akbar. How strange that you occupy the seat of the Arab Caliph, but are as ignorant as any desert roaming Arab. You admonish me to become monotheistic in faith. Ignorant man, Mardak. For thousands of years we Persians have, in this land of culture and art, been monotheistic, and 5 times a day have we offered prayers to God's throne of oneness. While we laid the foundations of philanthropy and righteousness and kindness in this world, and held high the ensign of good thoughts, good words, and good deeds, you and your ancestors were desert wanderers who ate snakes and lizards and buried your innocent daughters alive. You Arabs who have no regard for God's creatures, who mercilessly put people to the sword, who mistreat your women, who attack caravans and are highway robbers, who commit murder, who kidnap women and spouses, how dare you presume to teach us, who are above these evils, to worship God? You tell me to cease the worship of fire and to worship God instead. To us Persians, the light of fire is reminiscent of the light of God. The radiance and the sun-like warmth of fire exuberates our hearts. And the pleasant warmth of it brings our hearts and spirits closer together, that we may be philanthropic, kind, and considerate, that gentleness and forgiveness may become our way of life, and that thereby the light of God may keep shining in our hearts. Our God is the great Ahura Mazda, Lord of Wisdom. Strange is this, that you too have now decided to give God a name, and you call God by the name of Allahu Akbar. But we are nothing like you. We, in the name of Ahura Mazda, practice compassion and love and goodness and righteousness and forgiveness and care for the dispossessed and the unfortunate. But you, in the name of your Allahu Akbar, commit murder, create misery and subject others to suffering. Tell me truly who is to blame for your misdeeds. Your God who orders genocide, plunder and destruction, or you who do these things in God's name, or both? You who have spent all your days in brutality and barbarity have now come out of your desolate deserts resolved to teach, by the blade and by conquest, the worship of God to a people who have for thousands of years been civilized and have relied on culture and knowledge and art as mighty edifices. What have you, in the name of your Allahu Akbar, taught these armies of Islam besides destruction and pillage and murder that you now presume to summon others to your God? Today my people's fortunes have changed. Their armies, who were subjects of Ahura Mazda, have now been defeated by the Arab armies of Allahu Akbar, and they are being forced, at the point of the sword, to convert to the God by the name of Allahu Akbar, and are forced to offer God prayers 5 times a day, but now in Arabic, since apparently your Allahu Akbar only understands Arabic. I advise you to return to your lizard-infested deserts. Do not let loose upon our cities your cruel barbarous Arabs who are like rabid animals. Refrain from the murder of my people. Refrain from pillaging my people. Refrain from kidnapping our daughters in the name of your Allahu Akbar. Refrain from these crimes and evils. We Persians are a forgiving people, a kind and well-meaning people. Wherever we go, we sow the seeds of goodness, amity, and righteousness. And this is why we have the capacity to overlook the crimes and the misdeeds of your Arabs. Stay in your desert with your Allahu Akbar, and do not approach our cities, for horrid is your belief, and brutish is your conduct. Sign, Yazdgird III, Sassanid.
Well, he's, Oh, I can't hear you now.
I said, yeah, he kind of said it all.
Yes, he should be cancelled, really. So,
He kind of got cancelled, really, if you think about it.
He's very Islamophobic. This is outrageous. It should not be allowed.
The funny thing is,
how dare he?
That letter is in hiding in the British Museum. They can't put it on open display because of essentially what it says, and the OPEC nations will be pissed. Well, shall we say the Arab
I don't think
nations?
it's the OPEC nations. I think it's more the middle class you were talking about.
Well, yeah, that's true. Actually, if anything, nowadays in UK, it's the champagne socialists that are going to be all offended about it.
Yeah, and we have the same disease. I mean, the Muslim Brotherhood is banned throughout the Arab world, except in Israel and the West.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, we're stupid.
Even Egypt has banned them. In fact, they banned them years ago. But
well, yeah, I mean, they had a revolution against them because they were democratically elected. That's the problem.
Well, if you let them loose, then yeah, they'll use the tools of democracy to get themselves into power and then take away democracy immediately.
Yes.
The irony of it, that they would,
You can see in Syria, they just swap a dictator. There's the only way to run that place. This made-up French delusion called Syria.
Well, yeah. I mean, right now, essentially most of these Western governments are now squabbling to try to unban the group that guy belongs to because it was a terror organization. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's very stupid. Can't wait for Trump.
Yeah, we'll see how Trump deals with it, though. But the thing is, I mean, what can Trump really do about the Syrian situation? I can't see him really be able to do much with that. What's he going to do?
I don't know exactly, but
fund another militant group to overthrow this militant group?
I don't know enough about Syria. I don't know how to solve it, but ethnically it's impossible to keep together.
Yeah.
Now the Kurds should have their own state, but the Turks don't want to let them have it.
Oh yeah, no, the Turks won't. And the thing is, I've heard that Turkey is kind of involved in this one as well.
Oh yeah.
With this particular group that's currently in power. So
the Turkish are trying to start a war against the Kurds, basically, using these new, whatever they're called.
New emerging groups, so warlords.
Yes. And this Julani, his parents are from the Golan Heights, and they were kicked out.
Ah, okay.
During the war. That's why he calls himself Julani. It's after the Golan Heights.
Oh.
Julan.
Okay.
So that's not good for us.
Well, I mean, is this like, because I mean, admittedly, when these guys first took over, they were screaming, we're going to first go to Jerusalem, we're going to take Jerusalem, and then we're going to go to Mecca. So these guys have some very, very, shall we say, lofty goals of moving out of Syria. That it doesn't look like, I mean, admittedly, these were just like soldiers ranting and screaming. It could be just the fact that
this is the underlying sentiment. This is where they're coming from. The name of the organization says that it's the liberation of the Levant. The Levant includes more than just Syria. It includes Jordan, Israel, Lebanon, potentially parts of Saudi. Depends how you define it. So, yeah, I mean, maybe he's trying to navigate all that and trying to be more pragmatic. But this is the underlying thing that drives them. It's all about the caliphate in the end.
Yeah. Anyway, we did digress quite a bit from that Zuckerberg and Los Angeles. What do you?
I mean, all I had on him.
Yeah.
Apparently, the fire is also a Jew's fault. Everything is our fault.
Oh.
You just have. Whenever something happens, I say to myself, I wonder how many hours will pass before
the Jews are blamed.
Yes.
You guys could set up a casino betting on how many days it will take from a disaster until Jews are blamed.
Yes, it's normally hours. Okay, it's normally hours.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, you could have anything from 1 minute, 2 seconds to 2 days.
Yes, yeah, you could.
And people could bet on the range.
This fire, I've got family in Los Angeles. They're fine. They're not exactly in where the fires are going, but they're not too far, so it's a bit scary. And actually, the area where they used to live is in this zone where it's actually dangerous, and parts of the neighborhood are, on fire.
Damn.
That they moved out of there. But anyway, the story I heard was that there's a couple of Jewish billionaires. They're like a married couple, and they own a lot of farmland in California. And in California, there's always been this fight between the cities and the farmers over the water.
Oh yeah.
So these couple have lots of money and lots of power, and they've been lobbying the Californian government to give them water. And there's some bullshit going on which I didn't quite understand, but I don't think they're exactly the nicest people. There may have been some things that basically they it's not bribe, but they supported the right candidate. You know what I mean? If you promise to give them the water, then they'll fund your campaign and stuff like this.
Okay. Scratch my back. It's a quick pro quo.
Yes, something like this. Although I don't know the full details. It's like, but that's basically. So that's why the place is on fire.
Oh, I see.
These two Jews.
The Jews took all the water.
It's the Jews.
It's always the funny thing is you would think literally some of the places that burnt down are beachfront property. They're like in front of the sea.
Yes.
You would
and
think.
Of course, a lot of Jews live there.
Oh, I see.
Jews in LA.
But you would think burning would be the last thing a beachfront property would have problems with. Maybe flooding and drowning.
It looks like it, but it's actually very easy to have very dry, dry land and dry forest right next to the sea.
Yeah, the thing is,
it's very dry.
You would think they would build their houses on sort of a bit more, so with material that's less flammable than wood.
I think they do it because of the earthquakes.
I see. Of course, they not only get the burning, place burning down, but they also have earthquake problems as well.
I was there for one. Of them. It wasn't a big one, but it's a crazy feeling. You're like on a boat.
Bloody hell.
Right.
Yeah. I've felt.
I was in bed. Yeah. Have you been to one?
I've been in an earthquake. A very mild. It was more of an aftershock because the center of it was miles away in a different town where I was. But yeah, we felt it. We just suddenly it was late at night. It was like 2-3 in the morning. Me and some friends were sitting having dinner and stuff, and we were talking, and then all of a sudden, just the whole place just started shaking, and I thought, was there like a big truck or something that went by outside? What happened?
I was in Los Angeles, and they had an earthquake somewhere around there, wherever the fault is, and it feels like you're in a boat. Like
really,
everything just moves from side to side like you're in a boat. It's crazy.
Yeah, obviously that was a much higher. You guys were, more in the epicenter of the earthquake, whilst I say where I was, it was more of an aftershock. It was just a rumbling. It's just like a big truck or a big plane or something goes by your house, very low or close by, and then everything just shakes for a bit, but nothing moved. Just shaking, just this like rumbling. But yeah, it was weird. But
I guess it's that's why they build it the way they do. So it translates the shake into this wobbly motion.
I'm with you. So it doesn't collapse. So that's why they can't build it from rigid sort of stuff, because or it has to have stuff. I mean, the thing is, I saw in Japan they built skyscrapers and stuff which were earthquake proof, and so
I have no idea.
there is something they
sure.
can do, but I don't know if those same earthquake proof buildings in Japan are simultaneously fireproof.
No idea.
Because the last time something happened, the tsunami that came to Japan, it wasn't fire that they were worried about, it was flooding. So
yeah,
sorry, go on, you were saying?
No, I mean, I think it's you probably saw everything about it anyway. The DEI, the lesbian police, the lesbian firefighters. The stuff you showed earlier with the using what is it? Gucci purses.
Louis Vuitton and Gucci bags to put out the fire.
I mean, I don't know if this was real.
I don't know.
Make this. It's like, what the hell?
I don't know what the hell that was, but there was definitely a fire, because there was a fire on top of the roof of this, I don't know, garage or something that they were putting water on. But there was definitely fire there.
Imagine being a firefighter and having to do that. You wouldn't die.
Well, I mean, don't they even have buckets? Where's the buckets?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is
couldn't find the bucket?
Prank or something. This has got to be.
That's what I mean. I mean, in a way, you're right. I think it leans towards trolling than some genuine thing, like some kind of comedy trolling prank, something. Because it can't possibly be real firefighters don't have buckets. They can't find a bucket. They have to fill up Gucci bags.
There's a guy called the completely different thing. There's a guy called Tyke Trucking.
Oh yeah,
wanted to argue with Jews, so maybe we should arrange an argument for another day.
Yeah. This is the HAFEZ channel, so I'm trying to keep things civil here, because I'm trying not to get too much on this one, on YouTube's shit list. Although I think I kind of am anyway. I am I think partially shadow banned, because I can see certain things that are just not right. But the Banksy one, the other one that Banksy Style Live, if I do a YouTube short on a phone, if you watch the video on your phone, you can't comment. The comment is blocked. But if you do it on your computer, then you can comment. The comments are open. So they've clearly blocked it. I know it's not a glitch on my phone, because I switched the account, or I go to a video that's on HAFEZ, for example, a short that I did on HAFEZ, perfectly fine. Other videos, perfectly fine. I can comment.
Listen, Twitch blocked the whole of Israel, didn't it?
Twitch blocked the whole of Israel? Seriously?
They wouldn't let... Didn't you hear about this?
No.
Oh, you should look it up. There's a whole thing going on with Dan Clancy, the CEO. I gotta run for a second. I'll be right back if you want to carry on. But
no, it's fine. It's fine. I want to end it anyway, so it's a good time to call it a day. Thank you, sir. Have yourself a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
I'll chat to you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Great. Thanks. Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me just log on. Let me just see. The company said it had implemented a safeguard to prevent violent content from being shared after Hamas's October 7th on 2023 attack on Israel, and had not removed it, making it harder for Israelis to sign up. Okay, so they've made it harder for Israelis to sign up on Twitch. Twitch temporarily disabled email signups for users in Israel and Palestine after the October 7th, 2023 attack on Israel. The platform's goal was to prevent the upload on graphic content related to the attacks and to protect user safety. Okay. They didn't block Israel. They just stopped people creating like fake accounts, sign up with email addresses so that they can post these October 7th videos onto Twitch. So they essentially wanted to block people. At least that's the claim here. They just didn't want people uploading the attacks on the Israelis, the videos that the Hamas guys took. Okay, maybe in that case, then this is the thing. Okay, guys and girls, let me show you one more time. Videos that are off color, shall we say, with the excessive amounts of swearing and just generally just not YouTube friendly, are going to be on my HAFEZ Reflex channel. Link in the underpants section below for those of you who don't know where that is. For those of you who do know where that is, then go and check it out there. But for the rest of us, let me I'm gonna post the link in the chat. Did that work? Yeah, it looks like it's working. So yeah, guys, the car rants, various other off-color rantings and ravings by me. If you want to catch them on a replay, you got to go to Rumble, HAFEZ Reflex. I can't really leave them on YouTube anymore. I'm just getting too much flack at the moment. The censorship is real, boys and girls. So yes, go to HAFEZ Reflex, sub or follow, whatever is free, for crying out loud. And yeah, catch my antics that are a little bit. I mean, I will go live on the tubes. I just can't keep the videos on the tubes because of ramifications. So yeah, go to HAFEZ Reflex on Rumble, which is kind of what I need anyway. I need more followers on there. It helps if I have a few more followers. And check that out. Apart from that, obviously you can find me on Twitter on the Banksy Style UK, and that is all. YouTube, Rumble, Twitter. There is a HAFEZ Reflex TikTok, which I don't know if I've changed to HAFEZ TV yet. I got to check that. But for now, those are the ones. And as always, remember.
Hello, guys. This is the Donald. Yes, I am your 47th president. I just can't stop winning. And here is another one of HAFEZ. I want you guys to subscribe to this brilliant Guys channel right now. He is a fantastic guy, very hardworking, and a great friend. A true friend, really a tremendous guy.
So remember, like and subscribe, people. Do I have anything else? Oh, I do have one more, but it's not really directly at this channel. It's the other channel.
Hello guys, this is the real Elon. I want you guys to subscribe to the Banksy Style live channel right now. I love this guy so much I want to take him to Mars with me. Remember, I am the Dark Mega, I just can't stop winning. Also go to HAFEZ Reflex and sub to him there.
Thank you, Mr. Musk. All right, guys and girls, that's it. That's all we have for tonight. I'm gonna play us out, and yeah, just what to play. No, we're just gonna do the normal one because why not? All right, guys, peace out. Damn, sorry, I'm looking for a piece of music.
In a world that's dark and gray, angels sing and light the way. They whisper secrets in the night, guiding hearts to pure delight. God's love shines like the morning sun, washing over everyone. In the skies where stars collide, heaven's gates are open wide. Fly with me to places high, where dreams touch the endless sky. Feel the grace that hugs the earth, every soul finds its true worth. Quiet moments still, feel the presence ever real.